Oh, it's shop time. It's shop time. Let's start off with the shop side of things. How about that instead of the daily missions? Because I like to leave these weekly videos up for the whole week because we're talking about the weekly event shop. And so let's start with that. We got Raven and Bloodfinder. Bloodfinder is really good for anti-material charge damage, which I am not convinced is good or anything. However, a lot of people noted that he's actually kind of good to slip into a farming loadout, because if you're going to be punching with your anti-material charge all the time, then perhaps you could also use it for some offensive capabilities. I'm not convinced that that's a world changer or anything, but if you've got an extra spot in your farming loadout, or if you want some good farming loadouts, link to my video down below, I covered it very recently, he could be a nice addition. I don't recommend it necessarily, but I mean, I don't know, why not? And then lefty and righty damage, which would be fantastic if it worked. That's it. I mean, it is really nice extra damage. Lefty and righty is quite useless outside of dungeons. The cooldown is currently far too much. I'm sorry, Epic, but you have an amazing ability here that nobody uses, because a whole minute cooldown is way too long, because we need to use all of our hero slots to make it viable. And if my entire loadout is useless for like half the time that I'm playing, nobody uses left and righty outside of dungeons. And he doesn't actually buff the damage outside of Carbide. He doesn't buff the damage when Carbide is your lead. So that's currently a bug, but Raven's a fantastic hero to have anyway. And he has a team perk called Preemptive Strike. So if I go over here to right here, it ups your damage on full health enemies for every hero that you have. That's pretty good. If you don't have Blast from the Past or, you know, Happy Holidays, any of the other cliche perks that everybody recommends, Totally Rocking Out as the other one I was thinking of, that is something I used to use a lot, because, hey, that's basically 32+% damage on full health enemies. So every single enemy you shoot that has full health, which is most of them, you just get a jump start, which is nice. It's not crazy, but it's like one of the better normal perks in the entire game. And then as for the news, apparently, we've got the dungeons. Let me switch over to the recording screen here. And there it is. The dungeon daily is the labyrinth. So if that's something you're interested in. Now, let's go more to daily stuff. So if you're watching this after the day of it being posted, this is no longer relevant to you. But we do have Galaxy Scout, which is hands down one of my favorite skins in the entire game. I would appreciate it if you use code Mista at your checkout, because that's a 2,000 V-Bucks skin with the split that creators get. I'm supposed to share this stuff, by the way. That's like $1 for me. Every person who uses my code on that, or anybody's code for that matter, if you don't even want to use my code. So if you end up buying the Galaxy Scout, use, code Mista or somebody's creator code, because you will make a creator very happy. Same thing with Raptor. So that is literally one of my favorite skins in the entire game. She is awesome. And her pickaxe and glider are all here. Party Trooper's still around. The wrap is awesome. It looks good with everything. And then, Hollowhead, Jack Gordon, all of the Halloween stuff is coming back around. Good stuff to have. 115 free bucks today, which is, again, a little bit of deja vu, because that's what we had yesterday, and it's almost the exact same missions as well. So over in Candy and Twine, up on the higher end, but hey, 115 free bucks is 115 free bucks. And then the daily missions are stocked with good schematics and heroes. So Harvester Sarah is, I don't think she's phenomenal. I don't remember exactly what she does. I think she's our scythe hero. So if you are into scythes, Harvester Sarah is somebody that you're going to want. She is right here. So increases your damage against slowed and snared enemies. So if you have slowed and snared on your scythe, she's kind of a good combo. And if you want to activate slowed and snared on any weapon, you can use where is she? Oh, I don't want to lose her. Is it Deadly Blade Crash? Yeah. So 30 your critical hits have a 30% snare and affliction. So that's what is apply 30% snare and affliction. Critical hits apply 30. Is that a 30% chance? I don't know what that means. That's confusing me while I'm recording. But regardless, if you want to activate slowed and snared, you can use Deadly Blade Crash and Harvester Sarah and up your scythe damage. That's particularly useful on like the Steam Scythe and the Neon Scythe, other ones like that. The Thrasher, which is available in Twine. I checked both of these missions are available in Twine. The Stampede is a fantastic weapon, and I think the Stampede and Pathfinder Jess are both in Ventures. I was not able to see that in normal Twine. So those are great heroes. Pathfinder's another great farmer. You'll see that in the video I linked below, and the Stampede is one of the best shotguns in the game. And I'm going to skip over all the purple stuff, even though there are some really good ones. But there are actually some decent blue ones down in Plankerton. We'll talk about that right now, I suppose. So let me get this out of the way. And let's start with the Twine mission. So starting up at the top here, right over here, there are a lot of missions I've set aside. There's a lot going on. First and foremost, 290 rare perk up. That's just worth running at least once. There's your free bucks, lots of epic perk up and normal reperk. I'm just going to be skipping over a lot of those. Just great missions left and right. I'm not going to be spending too much time on those, but you can just kind of see them as we go down here. There's a lot of things worth doing. So in the 104 players, our first decent one, that's 4x lightning in the bottle. If you're low on that kind of thing, that's a mission worth running over and over. Some free bucks, and again, this is where the 108 zone I was not able to find Pathfinder Jess. I triple checked. But in the other 1084 player, we have 4x drops of rain and reperk. So you get a 300 reperk head start. You know, we're not calling it 297 anymore, remember that? And then 4x drops of rain, which is nice to have. And then I think that's pretty much it for the 108 zones. But yeah, Mr. Red, if that's something that's interesting to you, a good collection book filler. 72 lightning in the bottle. That mission might be worth it just on its own. Just run that one once. There's the Thrasher, one of the best SMGs in the game. I don't know how else to stress that. 4x reperk, bunch of perk up. I mean, good missions left and right. Harvester Sarah, already talked about her. And then 4x Eye of the Storm and 350 reperk. We're rounding up today. That's a good mission to run once. It's a category 4, might be some trouble, but that one is worth running, and my throat hurts. Copper vacuum tube sword. Purple, but you might be able to check the 6 perk because this thing with chain lightning is really fun. Where's mine? I love this thing. I don't use it as often as I should, but it's very fun. If you're not in a healing death burst mission, that is it's actually a pretty good pick. It's a pretty good pick. It's not like one of the highest damaging swords in the game, but because its chain lightning affects the zombies around you, that area of effect damage actually kind of picks up for some of the lost single target damage. I explain more in its video down below, but great weapon. The only 4x I found of note in the 140 zones was the 4x lightning the bottle. That is going to be, I think, close to 500 per run. Definitely more than 400 if I'm not mistaken. Somebody can correct me in the comments below, but that is a good mission to run. It's exploding death bomb and it's evacuate the shelter. So you're going to need teammates who know what they're doing. You're going to need people who are cooperating and not loading in all at once, because evacuate the shelter, you will lose immediately if not. But it's still a good mission with a lot of perk up as well. And then, of course, you got some twinsy missions. These are literally the exact same rewards, but 250 legendary perk up, my bad, and then 4x reperk. You could just run both of these, get 500 legendary perk up and a bunch of reperk while you're at it. Yeah, you could run all 3 of them if you only care about perk up. 750 legendary perk up in 3 missions. That's a good jump. That's a good jump. Now, Canny, I ignored a lot. I don't have a lot of notes on this, but there's like a purple wall launcher, which is good. Wall launcher has infinite damage, meaning, careful there, meaning if you push an enemy into a death pit or off the side of the map, it'll kill them instantly. So, yeah. It counts. It counts for infinite damage in certain situations. Viper's good, but I'm skipping a lot of these. Ceiling drop trap, like a lot of really good purple stuff. I mentioned that right at the beginning. Rare perk up, and the only thing I really found that I wanted to talk about was the retractable floor spikes because it's golden. You know, might be able to just drop that in the book. And the copper vacuum tube launcher. It's purple, but again, same story with the sword. If you get chain lightning on that, it's a very fun weapon. And then 123 epic perk up, which is a lot for Canny. That's a lot. And 110 rare perk up. I mean, there's some decent missions. There's some good things to do down in Twine. And then, or in Plankerton, I mean, yeah. Support Specialist Hawk for the book. Some of your free bucks are over here. And then I think that was all that it was of note. Even the portal has uncommon perk up, which stacks up pretty easily. Now in Plankerton, there is a 4x drops of rain and a couple of defenders. So that's, if you're a level 19, that's a really good mission to run. That could take care of some evolution materials for you. And then the blue bazooka, which even blue isn't that bad, because epic flux and blue flux are pretty easy to come by. I think the epic flux might be worth it for the bazooka. It's one of the best launchers in the game. That is it's a strong one. I don't know. And even if it's a blue schematic that you're using, that could be useful down in Plankerton. Stampede, like I said, one of the best shotguns in the game. I'm not just saying that. I'll link his video down below. I'll link the bazooka video. I'll try to remember all of them. The 28 repair the shelter is a good mission to run if you just want perk up, or reperk, I mean. Run that once. And then the only thing I had of note was basically that. Yeah, nothing else really caught my eye, but something else might be of use if you guys are interested down there. So thank you guys so much for watching. Feel free to use code Mista to check out. Lengthy video, but there's a lot to talk about. I'm going to go back to farming Darkrai and Pokemon Go, and we'll see you tomorrow, I suppose.